4 strings. Once you get comfortable with that, then you can try going thumb and then the other 3 strings. So you're going. Then you can switch and start adding the variations, like the thumb variation, playing the bass line. You'd go. So then you could change these ones. You can go. So you really have a lot of possibilities, a lot of options you can do to study that. And again, do it all the time, do it every day. First thing you do when you warm up, or if you're sitting on the couch watching television and you have your guitar, just do stuff like that. Because it's really easy to do, it's very beneficial, especially after the first couple weeks when you've gotten used to it and you've gotten a lot of the tension out of your hand. You really want to stay as relaxed as possible. Okay, so make sure, again, that your wrist isn't twisted in any direction. Make sure that your palm isn't touching the guitar. Make sure your pinky, no other fingers. Make sure it's a natural position. Make sure that you have the thumb crossing the index finger and that it's not behind it in any way. And practice those regularly. Okay, last exercise for the right hand is going to be walking with your index and your middle finger. Now we're going to just work on these 2 for now, and then later when we get into scales and other techniques we're going to start adding the other fingers. But for now, I want you to get the hang of walking. And just pretend your 2 fingers are 2 legs and you're just going to walk with them. And what we're going to do is while walking we're going to hit a string. So we'll start on the high E string, and for support, instead of putting any other finger down, you can put your thumb in the loaded position on the top string, and that'll give you some security for your fingers so you don't start moving around and missing strings and stuff. So what we're going to do is first is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom string. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, make sure you're not pulling up like that, because that's going to give you a really tinny, twangy sound. Now, you can do that on purpose if you want to later for color and variation in your sound, but for now, just practice getting a really solid, clear tone. Now, one of the first things that will help you not get that twangy sound is don't use this joint in the finger. Well, you're going to use it, but more of a follow through. You really want to use this joint. If you use this one, it's going to pull the string up. If you use this one, it's going to make it, you're going to brush the string in this direction. Because ideally we want the string to vibrate like this and not like this. If it's vibrating like this, it's functioning properly with a sound hole. The sound goes in there, reverberates, comes back out. If it's vibrating like this, the sound's going down and up, which is not towards the sound hole, which changes the tone. So try to make sure that you're bending from this joint here and then following through with this joint. So, and do that regularly as much as possible. Right now I'm doing what's called free stroke. Free stroke means that when I hit the string, my finger freely flows to wherever it's going to go. The other type of stroke is called rest stroke, in which your finger hits a note and rests on the next string. You're going to be practicing both, but make sure you practice them separately so that way you get the hang, and make sure that your hand position doesn't change. When I first started playing, I would do free stroke like this and then rest stroke like this. Free stroke like this, rest stroke like this. And you may see a lot of people doing that. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just less efficient, and then what's going to happen is you have more possibility of messing up because you're moving your hand position. A lot of flamenco guitarists in Spain don't follow any specific technique. They do whatever comes natural, and you'll see them play like this a lot. And then when they play with their thumb, they go down like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine. It works for them. That's great. But for me personally, I use less energy. It means I get to play longer, which means my tone is more consistent. Keeping everything in one hand position is the way to go. That way all I'm using is my fingers and my wrist a little bit for tonal changes. So, free stroke 4 times on the high E string. Then we switch to the next string. Go on to the next string. Then the next string. next string, and then lift your thumb and do the last string. Okay, it's really good exercise. It's going to help you if you ever want to be a lead guitar player, that you're going to need to be able to do that. Otmar Liebert, Segovia, all the great names of flamenco or rumba style guitar, fingerstyle, they are masters at doing this. That's how you do your super fast solos. And you want to walk. You never really want to use the same finger twice. It's kind of like a runner is never going to not use one leg. He's always going to go left, right, left, right. Same concept when you're playing the guitar and you're playing fast. You never want to use the same leg twice or the same finger twice. You're going to trip. It's just, that's what happens. So you have two, might as well alternate them at all times. So you're going to do those 4 on each string free stroke, then you're going to do them rest stroke. And again, don't change hand position to do the rest stroke. It should be the same as the free stroke. And so you hit the string and rest it on the next string. Next string, do the same. Next string. Obviously on the top string you're not going to have another string to rest on, so that one's always going to be free stroke. Unless, of course, you use your thumb. Thumb can be free stroke like this, or it can be rest stroke. Now watch that when you do the rest stroke here, you don't do that. At least for my technique and style. Keep it in the same position. Now sometimes in flamenco they will teach you to do it like that because they want a really aggressive. And so if that calls for it, go for it. I mean, do it. But if you're practicing, if you're a beginner, do it the way I'm showing you because it'll be more efficient on your hand. You'll use less energy. So do that also. You did walking with these, now we're going to practice with the thumb. So for thumb practice, I always rest these 3 fingers in the proper spot. So middle on G string, or I'm sorry, index on G string, middle B string, and ring finger on the E string. And I leave them there because I'm training them to stay there. I'm training them to always go to that location. So when you're using another finger, might as well keep these in the proper resting spot. So now we'll practice the thumb. And we'll just do 2 on each string. And the thumb is just moving like that. I don't want to see, you shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be anything more than just moving the thumb. Next string. Next string. Now for certain styles, like flamenco specifically, you will be using the thumb on the other strings. In classical, you don't use it that much, so we'll just keep going and practice on all strings. And when I get to these bottom strings, I lift my fingers and I keep them as close to the natural position as possible without touching the strings. Next string. And then the last string. So what we're going to do is free stroke always and then rest stroke. So now with the thumb and rest stroke, again putting my other fingers in their home spot. And you just keep working your way all the way down. So practice all those free stroke and rest stroke. Now, the difference between free stroke and rest stroke is tone and, what's another way to say it? Just the strength of the notes. The tone and the, not the volume, well yes, the volume goes up also, but it's really like the intensity of it. When I play this riff, free stroke, or if I play it rest stroke, there's a big difference. You really want to have that variation. When I do free stroke, it's more transitional, melodic, it's just kind of mellow. When I do the rest stroke, it just has a lot more volume, more intensity, more aggression, more feeling to it.